Hello, this is Samadan. Samadan is on a journey to make gold. In the last episode, we explored the Swamp of Sorrows. In this episode, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to make a bank vault. This was suggested by Goldfrick in the comments of the last video, and is a really good idea for this stage of Samadan's journey. Samadan is still exploring areas and levelling, and the time it takes to fly back to the auction house is starting to add up. There are a lot more inns and mailboxes around the world than there are auction houses. It would be much easier to send everything Samadan collects to another character who is always near a mailbox, bank and auction house. This way Samadan can rest and carry on the journey of exploring and levelling, while the other character deals with the selling and buying on the auction house. I've never really used a bank vault before. The main reason is I think of my characters as self-contained people who care for their own property. It seems strange perhaps, but it makes sense to me. However, in this situation, a bank vault is a great idea, and we're going to create one here on Lightbringer. First, we need to think about a few considerations for a bank vault. What level do we want to be? 1 is perfectly fine in most situations. 10 is better in terms of security and being able to be restored should something unfortunate ever happen. You get riding at 20, which helps with mobility, so the choice is up to you really how far you go. Now where do we go? Ideally, it will be somewhere with close access to an auction house, mailbox, bank and guild bank. The less time spent running around the better. If the area can always be a rested area, even better because logging out is quicker that way. There is another potential issue coming up, and that is the pre-patch event at some point later this month. The base cities will be overrun by zombies, so sudden death is quite the possibility and very inconvenient. My first choice would have been to go to the Dwarven district in Stormwind. Everything is close by and all inside a rested area. Another choice would be Booty Bay. It's a beautiful location with everything incredibly close by. The only downsides are the occasional deaths of the auctioneers, and the rested area is in an inn further away. It takes time to get there if you don't have flying. Dalaran and Exodar should be quiet without too many zombies, but their banks are a little far from the auction house. Shattrath is quite a nice choice. It's very quiet, has everything all inside one room. We would need to ask a kindly mage to teleport us there, but certainly doable. Should we pick up any professions? Engineering is a good choice because it allows access to other auction houses in different places, like Shrine of the Seven Stars in Pandaria. Having enchanting would be useful to disenchant items when needed. I think in this case we'll try for Shattrath. It's nice and out of the way, and I've not been there in a long time. In terms of character, it doesn't matter too much. Someone with quick movement ability would be nice. A druid again with cat form would be quite easy to get hold of. However, I like the idea of a gnome rogue. Engineering fits the character well, and I'd quite like to make them a fully fledged alt in the future when I no longer need a bank alt. Now we need a name. Lots of people go for something bank related, but if this is going to be an alt for the future, I want a name in keeping with the character. My gnome rogue on EU is called Samadan. I wonder if that's available here. Oh, it is. Brilliant. I'll choose that, save me getting confused. I'm also going to make the decision to level up to 20. It's more than necessary really, but he will be primed to go on his own adventures in the future, with at least basic riding at that level. It will give me a chance to get a feel for the character and pick up a couple of professions on the way. At 24 he'll be able to pick locks as well, which will come in handy. I'll start in the gnome area, go through the beginning quests and take it from there. The rogue plays quite a lot like my druid and cat form, so this feels familiar already. The early quests are easy enough, and I can enjoy the snowy peaks of Coldridge Valley. While it would be lovely to follow the adventures here, I'm going to skip ahead to focus this episode on the bank vault part. And there we have it, level 20 after nearly 3 hours play. Not bad going really with no heirlooms. We picked up a couple of bags and a few items as upgrades. I also grabbed engineering and mining along the way. I can't quite afford riding here, so now is the perfect time to transition over to bank vault status. We're heading back to Samadan. Hello Samadan, sorry we've not played you much today. Let's go check the mail to see if we had any sales since last time. Okay, a few little bits. The golden sansum sold, as well as the wool cloth, another 161 gold. We'll collect this up ready to pass on over. Ah, this is interesting. We don't have enough bag space to hold everything. One of the advantages of a bank vault is making good use of storage. We can buy in some nice big bags and keep it clear of adventuring and quest clutter and save it just for the moving of goods. Okay, we need a simple system of sending all this over. I'm going to use a feature of TSM called Profiles. These are self-contained settings of groups and operations that you can assign on a per character basis. You can even swap between them easily if you want to. Here we have the default profile we've been using. I'm going to make a copy of it and rename it to Samadan. This is the profile I'll use on my banker. Let's make a second copy and I'll call it Samadan Post. With this profile selected, we will set up the groups differently to send the items over to Samadan. All the groups here are children of the base group. I'm going to make a parent group so that I can assign a mailing operation to the whole lot. I won't do it with the base group because I don't want to send everything Samadan owns all the time. We'll call it Send to Samadan. Now all we need to do is drag all the other groups to be children of this main group. In the Operations tab, we're going to make a mailing group. We'll call it the same, Send to Samadan. Then all we need to do is type the name of the character to get our mail. I'll leave all the other options as default, we'll deal with the money later. Now when we go to the mailbox, the Groups tab allows you to make use of the mailing operations we have assigned. In this case, all the stuff we have been selling and dealing with up until this point. Click Send and off it goes. Pop back to the Inbox tab to get the rest, and then we can send that on its merry way too. That leaves Samadan's bags all clean and empty, ready for his next adventure. But what about the gold? Well, the TSM team has sorted that. We have another tab called Other, which allows you to send excess gold to our banker. The recipient name will be Samadan. The limit is the amount of gold you would like to have left on this character. Say for example we put in 500 gold and click Send Gold. All the spare gold will get sent over to Samadan, my banker, leaving Samadan with 500 gold for pocket money in case he wants to buy ice cream or something. Okay, all done here. Let's head back to Samadan and get set up for the other side. Here we are, riding skill obtained. We might as well pick up the mounts and learn those. Yay, you have riding. It's so much easier to get around. I know we'll be spending a lot of time parked, but this is thinking ahead to the future when I want to play this character more. Let's head to Ironforge and we'll start by buying up some nice big bags. Deep sea bags should do it. We can't afford the 32 slot ones. We'll add these big bags to our backpack slots, replacing the ones we picked up on our adventure. I'll keep them for the bank. Now look at that, 120 free slots. Time to pick up all our stock. Brilliant, ready to relocate. Oh, before we go, we might as well post these on the auction house. We'll add to the group the things we've been collecting as Samadan. The green BOEs group we can add to. A couple of these have specific varieties of the Quick Blade and of the Aurora. What I'm going to do here is turn on Ignore Variations for this group. These items are being sold for their looks, not their individual stats, so it makes more sense to treat them without the variations. Now that's interesting. The mantle and the boots were already here from before, but now they can be added again. They actually have different stats now we are looking at them on a different character. What I'll do to save confusion is take them off and put them back on with Ignore Variations. Now we have just the one set of each. That's much more simple. I'll add to the newbie armour and weapons with our rogue daggers. They might sell one day. I'm going to keep the schematic squirrel box. I'll learn that later with my engineering. Oh, we've got the Merc sword. Let's put that in the BOEs. Okay, all set. Let's post away. All looking rather nice. A good range of different things here. A few of them are below min price. Let's check them to see why. Right, nether weave cloth. There's some really cheap ones here. My average buy is 14 silver, so I'll go here at the wall of 2,900, about 39 silver. It's a bit expensive to put it all on, so we'll try for 400. The rest I'll leave for now. I'm keen to get going. So the spare bags we have can be used in our bank storage for now. We have to buy the slots first, then put the bags in after. I only need the first two for now. We can expand on this later. I'll pop the schematic here as well for when I decide to level engineering. Okay, time to head somewhere and find a nice friendly mage. I think heading to Stormwind would be best. That's the most central area. I'll go use the tram and head on over. And here we are, bright and sunny Stormwind. I might as well pick up the flight point here. Okay, let's try this out. I'll ask in the trade channel and see if anyone is around. Looking for a kindly mage to teleport me from Stormwind to Shatrath, please. There we go, fingers crossed. We have a bit of gold we can offer for the service. If this doesn't work out, I'll go searching for another location. Oh wow, that was quick. Such friendly people on Lightbringer. And we sold our malachite. What a wonderful day. Here comes our mage friend. They are being very kind. I'll offer 100 gold for their time. Oh, that's so nice of them. They're happy to do it for free. Thank you, Lunacy. You are a kind person. And so here we are. Shatrath City at level 20. I'm way out of my depth at this level, but this area is safe and quiet. I just need to find the auction house. I thought it was up here, but the guard tells me it's down in the main area. Here we are. We have a bank here, guild bank over in the distance, mailbox is here, and auctioneer is here. Wonderful. With engineering I could have gone to Pandaria, and those are even closer together. but I've not used Shattrath since my days playing the Burning Crusade, so this will be a nice change of scenery. I can always move on later. Oh, some more stuff sold. Brilliant. We might as well do a shopping scan for relics, just in case there are any bargains. There's a couple. Windwall cloth has some cheap. I'll have those. Same for this Tempest hide. It's under a gold is fine with me. I'll do a vendor search while we're here. Nothing today. Okay, I'll put these purchases straight back on, as there was a good margin on them. Here we go. Tempest hide at 1 gold 20. Windwall at 85 silver. Deposit fee is a little high, but we have enough to swallow the cost. Okay, what's happening with thorium ore? It's got a big chunk at 2 gold 70. I can't buy all of it, so I'll keep what I have for now. So that was a really good session. Sadly, not time for Samadan, but we spread the burden and opened the way for greater adventures beyond. We sold a few things today. We have 1,000 gold here, 700 odd in sales already, and 18,000 on posted auctions. Samadan has his pocket money of 500 gold. Samadan levelled all the way to 20 in about 3 hours. We are safely ensconced in Shattrath. All in all, a pretty successful day. Our bankroll is all set up and ready to go. So until next time, happy gold making, and I'll see you very soon.